In 6 weeks, I start my new clinical rotation, which means I'm going to a new hospital, and that means I get a new rota. So in this video, I want you to plan my year with me. So where I've been giving my clinical rota for the year, I now need to make sure that it aligns with my plan for myself, plans for my kids, and where my husband and I can get some time alone in and amongst the rota. So according to our guidance, when you're starting a new job, you have to have like your personalised clinical rota at least 6 weeks before the start of your job. We got the email of ours bang on 6 weeks before. And I had thought the rota was going to be something else, and I'd asked for a different slot. I've got what I've got, and in this video, I'm going to break down my process of how I make sure I'm planned for the whole year. So what I've got with me is I've got my legendary planner. So this is a planner that I use to plan for 3 months, but also to plan weekly. And in my weekly breakdown, every sort of Sunday night, Monday morning, I'll go through what I need to do, and then slot it in the week according to my clinical schedule. I've also got some random bits of writing paper, just because I can get confused. I've got my laptop and I've got my husband's handy second screen because it can be quite intense. So let me show you how I get through this. So I need at least 3 screens open. I need a screen for the email, so the rota that I got given. I need a screen for my own sort of personal calendar and fit it in with all the schedule. And then I have a separate sheet where I then put everything together and plan my annual leave. So this is the rota I've received, and I am slot 4. Okay, so these are the dates at which it starts from, and I'm slot 4. I literally couldn't care less what everybody else is doing. Jokes. But anyway, so I tend to work with someone who would be, say, in slot 12. So we would do our nights together, other nights together, and our pattern will be fairly similar. So anyway, for the purposes of planning my year, so now that I know what I'm doing, here I'm going to put special dates for me, right? And then I'm going to put the dates, then I'm going to put the slot, then I'm going to put annual leave, then I'm going to put study leave, and then I'm going to put swaps. And that might end up being quite a big gap. And then so what I will then do is I'll come to here and I'll copy and paste the date. And I'll put it from here, but I'm going to delete that one because I didn't need that. And then I will do the same with the slot, which is what I'm doing. We're all slot numbers, and I will then copy that into here. Yeah, that works perfectly. And then I've got the dates, I've got my slot, and I've got literally what it is I need to do. So I will then go down and say special dates. So this is my anniversary, but also my friend's wedding. Here again, I have a friend's wedding, not in the country. And then I'll go down, and obviously not got much for, and then I've got the kids' school holidays, so then I would put something from here. Half term starts. I know this off by heart because I have been looking at it endlessly. Half term ends, and then I will do that for, you know, here again I need to know for the Christmas break, and I think it's here, so Christmas holiday, and then it will be about here that the holiday ends, right? So you can kind of get the gist, and then I will do that all the way through the year. So I'll be having my phone, which may well have my calendar on it, or the third screen, like I said. Because I've been a doctor for so many years, my annual leave allowance is 35 days, and my bank, nope, that's a lie, 32 days, and my bank holiday is 8 days. So the reason why that's relevant is that if you look at something like Christmas Day, which I'm working, and I've had to break the news to my kids and they're not happy. So these 2 are bank holidays, but I'm working, right? So then what that means is I then get a day in lieu, so I can use it at another time. And then I will do this for all the bank holidays. So if I scroll down to 1st of January, I'm not working, but I guess if I were to scroll down to the ones around Easter, I think that's Good Friday, then I would get a day in lieu because I finished work that morning. So those are the things that we need to think about. So I've already done this. So I've already kind of done this with like extra days where I could do swaps, where I could take a holiday with the kids, with my husband's schedule as well. And that's pretty much it. And then I need to figure out, you know, for all my other bits, like, will I have a day off that week to get all my other side hustle stuff? So that's basically how I do it. So I will make sure that I'm aware of my annual leave days, when I can take them, where I can take them. And obviously I have to ask for permission. And sometimes they'll say, like, you can't take that leave. So I'd already asked to have bits of the half term off because I'm doing some nights, and I was told no. So then I will then just go and use those dates, or try and use those dates elsewhere. It won't be new. You would have heard other doctors talk about the lack of autonomy and the lack of freedom over your time. And this next year I'm going to be working full time. So I need to make sure that I have enough balance with the kids. So telling them that I'm working Christmas Day, and you know, there is potential to swap, but again, the faff of having to go through the swap is also quite significant, and trying to find someone who will swap with you. Where do you swap to, especially in a rota that's already quite tight? And then I'll go through the days that I can take study leave, what specific courses I want to do, and then I just make sure that I'm using my leave appropriately to make sure I have rest, I'm seeing the kids, and also have enough downtime. Because my husband has a job in a football team, he is away most weekends, so we'll then compare and contrast our rotas, so to speak, so that we're making sure that one of us is at least around for the kids, and if we can't be around, then we make use of grandparents or our parents to help watch the kids when we're busy with work. So it is a lot to get your head around, and that's why for me specifically, having the 6 weeks notice doesn't feel like enough time, but it's probably just about enough time to get yourself organised and to make sure that you have your plan a year in advance. So when I'm taking my annual leave, which by the way I can't officially request now because you have to have certain logins or whatever, but once I'm able to request my annual leave, I'll know what my leave is like for the year. I will try and make sure that I'm taking my leave when the kids are off school. Not only does it allow us to go on holiday, but it means that I get to see them. Like, I've had such a great summer with them this year. Yes, it's been hard, but I've managed to use my leave so that I've been around enough. So that's the process. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the breakdown of it. If this is something that you would like to see again, I can kind of show you how I break down the rota into like my week and how I then adjust that with what I've got scheduled on that week. I can also sort of show you our family schedule, because again, this is me planning life around the rota and how I do it. But there are, you know, I have to work to a schedule. My kids have a schedule with all their activities. And then also my husband and I have to sync on that schedule. But yeah, if you think that's something that you would enjoy to watch, then yeah, please leave a comment down below. If there are better ways that you've done it, please leave a comment down below. If you know you wanted me to share my template, also very happy to do so. But until my next video, thank you for watching.